All right, here we are at the second darkest night of the year. When people are watching this thousands of years from now, I hope they remember this song. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide songs being sung by a choir, folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows some turkey and some mistletoe help to make the spirit bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase for kids from 2 to 102. I have to add 102. It used to be 92, but my mom is 94 now, and people live to be 100 from 102. And though it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Soulful Solstice, Happy Kwanzaa, Festivus for the rest of us, Happy Nihilistic Existentialist Scientific Materialism, Merry Christmas to you. Hello, you ready for the Solstice class? All, none of you? Let's start with a little light. One of the darkest days of the year. Let's start with the Sun Salutation. So wherever you are, whoever you are, face the sun, wherever it is in the sky. For us, it's over there. Let's start with some simple breath. Inhaling, exhaling as you center. Breathing in through your nose, yawning in through your nose, filling your lungs to their fullest capacity, and equally slowly exhaling your hands down. You take prana, you take energy in, inhaling, center in the heart mudra. Fill your lungs to their fullest capacity. And equally slowly exhale your hands down. Energy in. Energy centered. Energy amplified. And energy distributed, clear to your fingers and toes. Take light from the sun, even if it's imaginary. Take it in. Visualize that light centering in your heart. Make that light grow brighter as you inhale. And then send that light to every part of your body. 2 more. One more. Filling to capacity. And take just your right arm up to full extension. Come into Uttanasana, the squat. Find your leg strength and stretch your right side. You exhale that right hand down and both hands inhale back up. Center in Anjamudra, heart mudra. Fill to capacity. We take just the left side. Come into the squat. Find your leg strength. If you want to practice the bandhas, pulling up your pelvic floor, pulling in the abdominal muscles, and stretch your left side. And release back to the center. Both hands inhale up. We come into classic Uttanasana. Come into a vertical squat, then push back through your tailbone. Reach up with your hands. You bring your body at a 45-degree angle to the floor. Lift your hands a little higher, then just actually relax. Relax your belly onto your thighs and let your head drop. Find your lower back by spreading your toes and rocking toe to heel. Release your upper back and your neck by shaking your head no. And yes. And no. Actively pressing into your feet, roll up a vertebra at a time, inhaling all the way into extended Tadasana and back into heart mudra. Super deep breath in. And the hands exhale down. Back up into extended mountain. Come back into the vertical squat. Find your leg strength and lift just your right heel off the floor. Turn to the right and look all the way to the wall behind you. Press into your left foot. See if you can find the front of your left hip. Press your chest, turn a little further, and exhale your hands back to the center front. Extended Tadasana. Uttanasana, left heel lifts, twist and look at the wall behind you. Press into your right heel, take it a little further, and both hands exhale down. You go up for the dive, inhaling. Swan dive into Uttanasana, fingertips to the floor. If you are more flexible, press your palms into the floor. Lifting through your tailbone. If you need to bend your knees to get your hands to the ground, that's fine. Then come back up on your fingertips and lift your right foot to the ceiling. Step back as far as you can and drop your right heel to the floor. Pressing into your front foot, your left foot, stand up and find your balance. Your hands inhale up into Warriors One. And we'll hold it for a few breaths. Opening your right arm behind you, left arm in front of you. Equalize your weight on both feet. The tendency is to lean to the front foot. Find the strength of both legs equally. Warriors One. Touching your right knee with your right hand. Stretch your right groin in the reverse warrior. Take a breath here. And exhale both hands back down into the lunge. Step your left foot back to your right foot, chaturanga, straight, strong body, head lifted. And then relax into child's pose. Drop your knees to the floor, point your feet out straight, and relax back in child's pose. Work your shoulders by pressing your thumb and fingertips into the floor, and really feel your shoulder joints by pressing into your thumb and fingertips. Then relax your hands. Swing up on all fours. We're going to take it into the cat-cow stretch from this position. You take a super deep breath in, and as you exhale, tighten your pelvic floor, Kegel style. Pull your pelvic muscles up into your body, squeeze your navel against your spine, and then take the cat stretch. Chin to chest, press your spine to the ceiling, stretch your arms and shoulders. Then you take the opposite curve, lifting your tailbone, cow stretch. Look up to the ceilings. Exhaling, press your lower back to the ceiling, touch your chin to your chest, stretch your spine. Inhaling, press your navel towards the floor, lift your head, touch your head to your tailbone, look up. And take 2 or 3 more of these. Take your spine through its full range of motion. And 1 more. And then walk your hands a few inches forward. Drop your pubic bone to the ground as you look up at the ceiling and lower down a vertebra at a time. Pubic bone, navel, chest, chin, and forehead. Touching your big toes together. Anchor your hips by tightening your glutes and pushing your pubic bone into the ground. And then lift your head as high as it will lift. So there's no arm strength involved here. It's all back muscles. You look as far to the left as you can. Feel your lower back working. Look as far to the right as you can. And then relax your forehead back to the ground. Re-anchor your hips. Touch your big toes together. Push your pubic bone into the ground. Keep your pubic bone anchored as you lift your head even higher than you did the first time. And then hugging your elbows into your body. Come up into Cobra pose. Bhujangasana. Lift your chest as high as it will lift. Look up. And lengthen out a vertebra at a time. Your feet separate, your toes turn under, push up into Chaturanga plank pose, and walk your hands back about 2 or 3 inches into down dog. We'll do down dog 1 leg at a time. Press your right heel to the floor, stretching right heel to right hip. And then press your left heel to the floor. Lifting your right big toe to the ceiling, lift it higher and higher and higher, and step your right foot through all the way to your right hand, and drop your left heel to the floor. Stand up, find your balance. Hands to the ceiling, arms parallel, warriors 1. Right arm in front, left arm in back, warriors 1. Find your left groin. Touch your left knee with your left hand and take the reverse stretch. And then bringing your hands to the floor, step your left foot up to your right foot, up into extended mountain, and heart mudra. Second side, we'll take vinyasa style, moving 1 breath per movement. Start with your feet. Let's feel your feet. Come up, inhaling into extended mountain. Swan diving, exhaling into Uttanasana, forward bend. Left foot lifts, inhaling, and steps, exhaling. Inhale up into warriors 1. Exhale into warriors 2. Inhale into reverse warrior. Exhale, both hands to the ground. Step into plank, deep, long inhalation, look up, and then relax back into child's pose. Knees drop, feet point out. We'll come to Cobra through the bottom, press your hands into the floor and slide your chest right through your hands up into Cobra. And counter, exhaling in down dog. Your left foot lifts to the ceiling and steps through to your left hand. Right heel drops to the floor. Virabhadrasana 1, Warriors 1, Warriors 2. Reverse warrior. Hands to the floor, step forward. Extended mountain. And back to home base, Heart Mudra. Resting in the Heart Mudra, we take the simplest of all balances. Just transfer your weight to your left foot and take a breath there. Or two. Then transfer all your weight onto your right foot. Then equalize your weight on both feet. One more time. Elbows lift, inhaling, and the hands exhale down. Feel the flow. You flow up for the dive, inhaling, and swan dive, exhaling. Jump or walk your feet into chaturanga, plank pose, and balance on your right arm. Your heels pivot to the floor, or you can stack your feet. Look up to your left thumb. If you need to, drop your right knee to the floor for this. Take that balance to the other side. Look up to your right thumb. Coming into Shavasana, you want to do this fairly quickly while your heart rate is still up, lying face up. Tighten your fists and keep your hand muscles tightened. Add your feet, tighten your feet, curling your toes. Then tighten your arms and shoulders and tighten your buttocks and legs. Contract your abdominal muscles and tighten your chest muscles. Press your head into the floor and tighten your facial muscles. Tighten every muscle in your body. And then feel how good it feels to just quit. Completely release everything. We'll send prana or healing energy through our whole body with just 3 thoughts. Start with your heart, focusing your awareness at your heart. First thought is visualize prana or golden light, energy streaming from your heart to your fingertips. Imagine it, see it, feel it. Energy streaming, heart to fingertips. Just allowing your shoulders and arms to relax. Tune into your navel. Second thought, observe your abdomen inflating and deflating, and imagine you're breathing from your navel. Visualize energy streaming from the center of your abdomen down to the soles of your feet and your toes. In your mind's eye, illuminate your abdomen, your legs, and your feet. See it, feel it. Third thought, feel your central axis, feel your spinal column. Visualize energy in the form of golden light streaming from the bottom tip of your tailbone to the top of your neck. And send that energy lighting up your spine, up into your brain, illuminating the inside of your head. And then check it out. You're a genius. With 3 thoughts, you've illuminated your whole body. You've sent energy to every part of your body. Feel how good it feels to rest for just a few breaths. Then sliding your feet into your hips, knees bent, feet flat. Open your arms at a right angle to your body and cross your legs. So your right knee is resting on top of your left knee and your legs are resting together. Pick your hips literally up off the ground and swing your hips a few inches to the right so you center your left buttocks in the center line, and then drop your knees over to the left. Lumbar twist, Paravarta Asana. Breathe into your right side, yawning in through your nose. Fill your right side with air. Sighing out through your nose, empty the air from your right side. Exaggerating your breath in your right side. On your next inhalation, take a really exaggerated breath. Fill your right side with as much air as you can. And when it's completely filled, hold your breath for a while. Feel the pressure of your held breath in your right side. And then just let it relax. Let all that pressure out. Take a moment to tune into your right hip joint. There's a sheath of connective tissue surrounding the right hip called the capsular ligament. And this pose opens up the whole hip joint. Side two. Swing your hips back to the center, uncross your legs. Excuse me. And do the other side. Left knee on top. Legs resting together. Swing your butt a few inches to the left and center your right buttocks in the center line, letting your knees fall over to the right. Maybe you want to wiggle around a little bit to get rid of any pinching in your spine. And then it's passive body, active breath. Yawning in through your nose. Fill your left side with air. Sighing out through your nose. Empty your left side. Exaggerating your breath in your left side. On your next inhalation, take in as much air as you can, and when the breath is completely filled, hold it for a while and allow the pressure of your held breath to equalize through your left side. Then let all that pressure out. Uncrossing your legs, just rock your knees and hips in a big loose arc from side to side, and the way that feels best to your lower back and your tailbone. And we'll take our upper back through its range of motion. Interlace your fingers behind your head so your head is resting in your hands and your elbows are resting on the floor. You're going to use abdominal strength, not arm strength, for the next movement. Lift from the center of your chest and lift like you're lifting up in a sit-up, and take your upper back side to side through its range of motion. Crossing over, touch your right elbow to your left knee and lift your right leg and straighten it out. It's all abdominal strength. Your hands are just there to support your neck. You take the other side. And then you take both sides, both elbows to both knees. And we'll counter in the first position of fish pose, rocking your arms under your body, palms down so your hands are touching and your buttocks is right on your wrists. Slide your legs out straight and touch your feet together. Flex your ankles, pull your feet towards your shins, and as you press your calves into the floor, see if you can lift your heels off the floor. Then isolate your pectoral muscles, pressing your elbows and forearms into the floor. Press your chest to the ceiling. In the first position of fish pose, your neck stays neutral. It's all arms and legs. The neck is relaxed. Find your chest a little more, press your chest a little higher. And then taking your arms out from under your body for a few breaths, simply relax and observe. If you're in a hurry, you don't have to be. Then we'll take Paravarta Asana, the spinal twist up into the mid-back. Hug your knees into your chest, fingers interlaced at your ankles, and lengthen your upper back by lifting your head off the floor and then placing it back onto the floor. Your arms do all the work. With your fingers interlaced, pull your knees and thigh bones into your rib cage. So your arms are working at nearly 100%, and you're actually trying to bend your outer rib cage. You may feel a release in your mid-back. Surprise yourself. Take your knees in 2 more inches. And then keep your legs right where they are. As you open your arms at a right angle to your body, palms pressing downward into the floor. Pressing your hands into the floor, drop your knees over to your right elbow. You turn your hands palms up. You turn your head slightly to the left. You feel that twist in your mid-back? Move it with your breath. Practicing the Ujjayi breath, yawning in through your nose, sighing out through your nose. The breath sounds like the ocean inside your head, like the surf. You take in an especially deep breath, filling your lungs to their fullest capacity, and then hold that breath for a little bit, feeling the pressure in your mid-back. And as you release your breath, release your mid-back. You turn your hands palms down, pressing them into the floor, and switch sides. Knees to your left elbow, hands turn palms up, head turns slightly to the right. Practicing the Ujjayi breath, yawning in through your nose, sighing out through your nose. Move your mid-back with your breath. You take an especially deep breath in, and when it's completely filled, hold it for a little bit. And relax your mid-back. Knees bent, drop your feet back to the floor in the center. And again, take the Feldenkrais rock. Rock your knees and hips in a big loose arc from side to side. And again, we take our upper backs through their range of motion. Interlacing your fingers behind your head. Lift your chest and head higher than you did the first time. And take your upper back side to side through its range. Crossing over, right elbow to the left knee, right leg straight. Other side. And both sides. Both elbows to both knees. This time we'll counter in the full fish pose for those whose necks are flexible enough. But if you have neck or upper back problems, you only want to take the first position of fish, which is this: hands palms down and touching, buttocks on your wrists, calves pressing into the floor, ankles flexed, chest pressing up. If your neck and upper back are a little healthier, come into the full fish pose rather than just sliding your head in. It's easier on the neck if you take it this way. Press into your elbows and lift your body off the floor like a lawn chair. Look at your big toes and your toes literally. Pressing into your elbows, you press your chest to the ceiling, and you lightly touch your head to the floor. So all the pressure is in your chest and arms, not your neck. Taking your arms out from under your body. Interlace your fingers behind your head and look around the room, releasing your neck. Then we'll observe for a few breaths in Shavasana, hands down by your side, just feeling good. Okay, we took the lower back, the mid back, upper back with the fish, and now let's take it up into our necks. Come on up to sitting. I recommend sitting on a bolster or a pillow so your back can be relaxed and you have a nice posture. If you don't have either of those, just sitting on the floor is fine. In a seated posture, you're thinking, I'm heavy and solid from the waist down, and I'm light and hollow from the waist up. So you feel the weight of your thighs sinking, and it's going to move your belly forward and your chest up, so you feel the natural curve in your lower spine, your lumbar back. And we practice the Ujjayi breath. Tip of the tongue resting lightly on the roof of the mouth, just behind the upper teeth. Yawning in through your nose and sighing out through your nose. Lift your chest super high. And as you exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Let's hang here for a few breaths, feeling that joint right between C7, your lowest neck vertebra, and your upper back vertebra. The key here is actively lifting through the breastbone and actively breathing. You're opening up C7, T1, the juncture between the lower neck and the upper back. And then lift your head back up to a neutral position, inhaling. Dropping your left arm down by your side, and I'm the mirror opposite of you. Reach behind your back with your right hand and grab above your left elbow joint. Pulling down on your left arm, drop your right ear to your right shoulder and tune into that line from your left earlobe to your left middle finger. Open it up with your breath. Back off of it a little bit, and then take it a little further. You take the other side, reaching behind with your left arm, grab above your right elbow joint. If you actually wrap your thumb and fingers around the arm, your thumb should be resting right on top of the elbow joint. You pull down on your right arm. Again, tuning into the line from your right earlobe to your right middle finger. Back off of it a little bit, and then take it a little further. And then we center, inhaling hands up into the extension, centering in the heart mudra. Keep your thumb tips touching as you interlace your fingers and press your palms up to the ceiling. Forearms intensely pulling apart, hands intensely pressing up. Feel your outer rib cage. Breathe into the sides of your ribs. Ujjayi breath, yawning in through your nose. Sighing out through your nose. Look up and take a little bit of a back bend. And then we'll take it into head rolls. Sitting super tall. Take a super deep breath in. Lifting your sternum, your breastbone, exhale your chin to your chest. Drawing a circle with the top of your head. Slowly swing your head to the right, circling up till you're sitting straight and tall. And then exhale your left ear to your left shoulder. Chin to chest. And do that 2 more times. Inhaling on the way up, if you want to be fancy. Exhaling on the way down. And 1 more. Feel the vinyasa, feel the flow. Your hands flow to the ceiling on the inhalation. You center back in the heart mudra. Thumb tips touching. This time as you interlace your fingers, the left index finger goes on top. You press up to the ceiling. Forearms pulling apart, hands pressing up, shoulder blades dropping. Surprise yourself. Get 2 inches taller. Take it up into a little bit of a back bend. And we take head rolls in the opposite direction. Super deep breath in. Lift your chest up to your chin as you exhale your chin to your chest. This time swinging to the left, circle up, inhaling. Exhale your right ear to your right shoulder and your chin to your chest. And do that 2 more times. And 1 more time. Reaching out and up, inhale. And then resting your hands comfortably on your thighs with closed eyes just for a few breaths. Feel how good it feels to just sit and observe that relaxed feeling, which probably has pretty much come into your body by now. Okay, we're going to finish up with a solstice visualization meditation. Back in the 70s, when I was getting a degree in preventive healthcare, they did a ton of research on how people could get into altered, relaxed states. And what they found, cutting to the chase, is basically, if you can activate your imagination more than your rational, logical mind, you're more likely to get into a deeply relaxed state. If imagination isn't your thing, you might not like this, you might like it. Let's see what happens. I recommend getting really warm specifically for this visualization because it's going to be a visualization about being warm and relaxed. So if you have a blanket handy, I recommend putting the blanket on you. Maybe you want to take your bolster and put it under your knees so your lower back can relax. Get super comfortable and super relaxed. Instead of resting in classic Shavasana with your hands by your side, palms up, I'm going to recommend that you rest your hands right at your solar plexus, your hands resting on your belly, upper belly, lower rib cage. And set your intention. Say to yourself, this is my time to relax. I don't have to think about the past or the future. I'm going to let myself relax right now, right here. Right from the beginning of this visualization, let your imagination come to the forefront and let your logical, rational mind take a break for a few minutes. Picture yourself lying in front of a stone fireplace with a large fire burning in that fireplace. You can hear it crackling, you can see the warm orange and golden light flowing off of the fire. And you imagine that you're lying on a thick, clean, soft white carpet with a blanket on top of you. Maybe remembering a time when you were actually sitting in front of a fireplace and you feel that warm golden light flowing from the fire and into your heart. You see the golden light of the fire warming and illuminating your heart. You'll feel your heartbeat literally slow down. You feel your heart muscle literally relaxing. As you lie in front of this fire, you imagine that you're up in a cabin high in the mountains under a beautiful winter sky, a clear sky full of stars, no clouds, very bright stars shining down on a snowy landscape. And though it's cold and clear outside, it's warm by the fire. The snow is falling silently outside, but it's warm and relaxed inside. And you can feel that golden light in your heart spilling out into your lungs, your chest, and your shoulders, illuminating your whole rib cage as your breath becomes easy and relaxed. The snow falls deeply and silently outside this beautiful cabin, but you feel yourself warm and relaxing by the fire as you easily shift your awareness to your arms, forearms, hands, and fingertips. Warm golden light fills your arms and hands and fingers, and you allow all tension to drain from your arms and hands. Easily feeling the relaxation that's in your arms and hands, know that it will continue to deepen as you easily shift your awareness to your navel. Again, picturing yourself lying in front of a fire. You feel that warm golden firelight radiating onto your abdomen and flowing in through your navel and illuminating your intestines and all of your abdominal organs as you allow your abdomen and lower back to grow warm and soft, letting any tension that you habitually carry in your abdomen and lower back to just melt away. Feel that warm light, move it down into your hips and pelvis, into your thighs, down into your calves, ankles, and feet. As you picture yourself lying before a blazing fire, warm golden firelight warming your legs and feet. As you consciously release control of your leg and feet muscles. Arms and legs relaxing, go a little deeper. Feel your spinal column. Feel the weight of your buttocks, your shoulders, and your head sinking into the ground as your spine is illuminated with golden light. From the bottom tip of your tailbone to the top of your neck, see your spine, every vertebra and every disc between every vertebra being illuminated with healing golden light as your back and neck relax and your spine naturally aligns itself. Finally, feel the weight of your shoulders and head sinking into the floor as warm golden light from the fire shines onto your throat and your face. You allow your throat to soften and your neck to lengthen. Feeling the weight of your head. That healing golden light from the fire flows even into your brain, illuminating the inside of your head. And you become aware that golden, warm light is permeating every cell of your body, from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. Feeling very good, very relaxed. You can stay here as long as you like, relaxing, or you can go do something else. Namaste. Happy holidays.